Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video on what is the hardest special interception boss, and that is the train. So I actually don't know how to say the name of the train, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about when I say the train. This is a very difficult boss, and it is likely going to be the last boss that you're able to clear. And the reason for that is because it just does a ton of damage, and so you have to be able to deal out a ton of damage yourself in order to kill off the pieces of the boss that are killing you. And so I think I went from only being able to do three of there's that damage thing at the top that goes 1 to 9. I was able to only do a three for the longest time, but once I was able to clear that first phase, I was able to go from basically 3 to 9, just straight. Because after clearing that first phase, it's pretty straightforward. Now, the Nikkes that I'm using are going to be Black Scarlet, Modernia, Blanc Noir, and Leader. And I'm going to show you my gears and my levels and my skills, and you're going to see that they're not super god tier or anything. They're pretty mediocre. Some of the skills are barely upgraded. So I did invest in the skills a bit and in the characters a little bit so that I'm able to clear. And you may have to as well. You may have to use Nickies that you normally don't use, and you may have to dump some resources into them. But I think in the long run, it's worth doing so that you can get more overloaded gear, so you can get more drops. Because if you don't, you're losing quite a bit of potential upgrades, right? There's only 5 special interception bosses, and if you can't clear one, you're losing up to 20%. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Nickies that I do use. Let's get past this whole intro thing here. So we'll look at Black Scarlet first, and you'll see that I only have one piece of overloaded gear. I am in the process of getting a couple more, but technically only one piece of overloaded gear here. You'll see that my skills are pretty highly invested. I do have 987, I believe, on here. And I am using the charge damage cube, but then again, it's only level 3. So here's Modernia. She's pretty highly invested as well, but not god tier or anything, only a couple pieces of overloaded gear. They don't have 3 rolls, they're just max ammo. And then for the skills, I do have quite high skills. I think it was 9, what was it? Let's see here, I need to stop on it. So 9, 5, and 7, and just a level 3 Bastion cube here. So the next one is going to be Blanc, and I do have a couple of overloaded pieces of gear here. I am in the process of trying to do a third one, but limited resources, of course. For skills though, you can see that I only have 4, 4, and 6, so not really upgraded at all here. And I am using only a level 2 Wingman cube. And then Noir, her sister, you can see that I actually have no overloaded gear for her. I'll just rewind just a little bit here. So no overloaded gear. And the skills, moderately upgraded, 765, and we're using a level 4 resilience cube. And finally is going to be Leader. A little delay there, sorry about that. But you can see no overloaded equipment, only 654 for the skills, and just a level 3 onslaught cube. And really that cube is just to get a little bit of combat power. It's pretty useless for her. Now I do have quite a few copies of her, but really we're using her for her buffs, and you can see that her buffs actually aren't that upgraded. So if you are looking for damage, I highly recommend that you do upgrade Leader's skills if you're not using her already. The attack buffs and for her burst 1 and burst 3 are going to help a ton when you're trying to kill those turrets and those missile launchers. Okay. All right, so I think that is that. Let's go ahead and get to the main video here. And I will be stopping the video here at certain key points. And one thing that I want to point out here is that you can see that I switched to Modernia, and then I immediately go for this missile launcher because every little bit of damage helps, right? So you can see I'm attacking it all the way off the screen here. Right after the screen, right after it goes off screen, I switched to these missiles. And it's important to kill all of these missiles. You may want to leave one or two just so that you can reload, but here I do take them all out, and it's very important to be able to kill these missiles without using burst, because we need our burst in order to kill the missile launcher. So you can see here, I'm saving my burst. It's already ready. I have auto burst off and I have auto aim off. And the reason I have auto aim off is because I actually need to reload at a specific time. And if you have auto aim on, it messes up your reload. So you'll see here that after I kill that final missile, I immediately stop attacking and I reload. And the reason for this is because I want to have max ammo for when I'm trying to kill the missile launcher and the two turrets. So you can see I'm reloading here. I burst right here before I see the missile launcher. And so I burst here, I'm fully reloaded, and then immediately when it comes on screen, I aim for it and I take it out ASAP. Now, this takes a little bit of practice, and it may take you a few times to get the timing down, but the key is to always attack that missile launcher ASAP, as soon as you can. So right when the thing starts, and then right when you see it when you come onto the screen here. So I took that out, and then I took out both of these turrets. So these turrets are also really important to kill because they actually do a ton of damage as well. Those turrets, they hurt. And so after that set, this set is actually not so bad. The second set, you have a little more time. And the reason I think that is because I think those turrets and missiles are actually already priming up before you can even see them. That's why they're so hard to take out. So this is not too bad. I took out the turrets, I took out the missile launcher, and then after you do this, it's pretty smooth sailing from here on out. I think those are the hardest part is actually in the beginning. That second set is actually really key to take out quickly as well. And you may struggle there because you don't have burst, but it's actually a lot easier to clear that second set than it is the first set. So after this, he is going to go into QTE mode here. So you do need to take out these QTEs. And then the second phase here is, there is something to go over here. He's going to launch these missiles, and he is going to do a QTE, and it's actually more important to kill the QTE than the missiles, because if you miss the QTE, which you'll see in a little bit, I actually miss it here because I try to reload and then I miss it. So he does this right here, and he goes right up alongside where you are, and he basically launches his guns at you. So even though I failed here, and even if you fail here, don't give up, because there is something that you can do here to avoid wiping here. So, and that is covering. So if you cover here, you can actually survive. And so you'll see that he's going to do his attack here, and it takes out my cover, but my Nikkes are still alive. So if you don't cover, he'll actually wipe your team. But ideally, you don't let him do that. You take out the QTEs, but this is pretty straightforward. Focus on the QTEs instead of the missiles. Just like here, I was able to take it out. And then after a couple of rounds of this, or even after, one round, then you're done. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.